Welcome to Graya Overload. I'm Anthony. I'm going to do a review today of the Canon MF634CDW color laser printer. So I bought this printer, just over a month ago or something like that, and so I've been using it since then. And this one, the MF634 is CDW, is just a little bit better, slightly different than the 632. And by better I mean it has double-sided scan through the ADF. So if you put papers in the automatic document feeder, it'll scan both sides at a single pass. Now, if that's not something that you need, basically, aka you don't want fax, which is what this is. I'm not using the fax, but I'm just using the double-sided scan just so I can scan documents faster, get them to the computer. But if you don't need that, the 632, a little bit cheaper, and is probably just going to be just as great as a product as this one is. And what I mean by that is I've been super impressed with this product overall. Everything I've thrown at it, my wife has thrown at it. We printed off a lot of homework stuff, a lot of documents for everything else. I've been doing a lot of scanning to get documents to a whole bunch of different people lately in this last month, more than I probably normally do. But everything needed to be stuff needed to be refreshed. Life happens, right? And so you have to just get stuff done. And this printer has been just a workhorse for it, way faster than my old inkjet. I have to say that. Love it. Only does 19 pages per minute. It's on a pretty nice footprint. I wish I could show you. The printer's over off to the side here, behind a whole bunch of stuff. But go take a look at my unboxing so you kind of get an idea. It kind of fits on the desk here, and I kind of, struggle with it unboxing. But it's a great printer overall, and I've been really impressed with it. I've used, the document scan on the scan bed, plus then the ADF. I've, scanned to email, scanned to folders on my computer. Their driver, I recommend go getting. It kind of enables a lot of things for the multifunction set of stuff that you can then use. Their scanning software works really well overall, and it's a little bit better than the Windows built-in driver that came down once Windows saw that was on the network. I'm using it wirelessly right now, but you can plug it in. And this, since I have the 634, you can plug in fax, which is not on the 632. But I'm not using the fax. I didn't plan on using fax. I don't know how many people actually use it for fax, but the double-sided scan on a single pass was my motivating factor. And it's I don't know how long the toner's going to last. These are still the ones that came with the printer, but I'm hoping that I have to, in the end, I kind of figured it out. I'll probably spend way less than I spent on ink with the inkjet, because I did have a 6-color nice photo inkjet. I haven't really done too much photos, but we haven't done too much photo printing here in the last couple of years anyways, between me and my wife. And we tested a printer or a photo, and it turned out better than what we expected. Is this a photo printer? No, and we didn't buy it for that. We bought it because we're printing out more stuff for her, as the kids are growing up and everything else. So we wanted to make sure that it was fitting our needs. Now, if we need to do printers and we need to have good photos, we'll probably go get those printed out someplace that does, photos for, day in and day out, rather than using something, that we have. So that's sort of our little mindset now going forward here. But overall, this printer has been great. Now, after I got it, I was doing some scans, and it was starting to become like black lines down the page in one area, and I was frustrated. And I went and followed Canon's cleaning stuff, and I cleaned this like 3 or 4 times. But then I emailed them. They said, you know what, the best way to do is probably just to call, so we can solve this right on the phone right away. Here's our hours. So I decided to pick up the phone, and I called. The guy was super helpful. I was surprised at how nice and how great their customer service was at Canon. They emailed back within a couple hours, if that, with answers back and forth. And it wasn't like long pauses. They were back and forth. And then they said, just call. So I went and called the guy, and he had walked me through. He re-explained a couple things to me after the instructions, and I re-cleaned it again, and that's all that it needed. So that was a great relief. I didn't have to return the printer or anything like that. So they had a great customer support there, and it was just, when you do damp cloth, make sure it's damp enough, right? And wiped it off, and it's all clean. Works great. That was after like in the first week, and ever since then I've been printing off and scanning a ton of stuff. So I've been very impressed with it overall here. And yeah, I'm just trying to think of everything else I've done with the printer. I mean, if you're probably a medium business, I do not recommend this. Look at Canon's higher models, but because it just doesn't print that many pages per minute. It's only about 19. If you can deal with that in your small or even maybe medium business, then fine. But if you need something more than that, look elsewhere. This is really a great, I thought it was a great starting out color laser, and the price was right. I bought it at Best Buy. I can't remember the exact price, but it was underneath $300. And I know I've seen it for cheaper. I just wasn't waiting around. I kind of wanted to move some technology, give my old printer away. So I gave that to a family member that, they can use it. So that's where a lot of my old technology goes. If anyone's wondering what I do with it, I know I haven't been on YouTube too long, but I've done technology for many years. Is I usually give it to somebody, and so that they can use it and get a benefit out of it once I'm done with it. And this is what I did with my old printer, and it worked out. And they don't print that much, but they print enough to keep the ink actually working. Whereas I print a lot more, and the ink was starting to hit my pocketbook a little bit too much. And with how I calculated it out, this is supposed to be saving me money over in the long run. So I'm pretty excited about that. But like I said, I recommend this printer. It's done a great job, and Canon did a great job on the product. Very quality overall. I don't have any issues with it besides the one little thing that I had to clean better. But if there's one thing I might add to this is a bigger document tray for all the paper. It's a little thin one. I like to fit almost like a full ream in it, so I didn't have to basically keep refilling. I can just put a whole ream in it or whatever. But overall, it's not a huge deal. I just keep paper right next to it for all the printing that we have been doing. So with that, I want to thank you for watching. Thank you for taking the time to help support Graya Overload and helping this channel grow. And until next time, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching Graya Overload. If you like this content, be sure to subscribe.